Hi, Krish. Thanks for sharing this article on Vedanta. On a little deeper analysis, I arrived at certain points which I wanted to share with the group. In my opinion, we cannot cast aspersions on any mutual fund company based on a hindsight analysis. In fact, nobody expected that the world will recover so fast from this coronavirus. In fact, this has thrown the predictions of many experts totally out of gear. This is something very similar to what Sid was sharing. I think in one of his posts, he said that even great analysts and great market gurus, they all missed the bus as far as your Apple, Facebook, those shares were concerned, because the market is very unpredictable, as all of us know. Now, coming back to this particular episode of Vedanta, I think Vedanta was somewhere in the range of 75-80 rupees in the month of April, approximately. Just during that just start of that corona crisis. And today, I think it's somewhere around 220 rupees, from 80 to 220 rupees. Now, if you look at the performance of other peer companies like your Jindal, Tata Steel, National Aluminium, Hindalco, even Steel Authority of India, all these companies have gone up like anything, much in the same proportions, because nobody expected that. In fact, the prices have gone up by 2.5 to 3 times. Sometimes it is even more than 3 times. I will tell you those companies, give you details of those companies. Basically, the reasons, at least as per most of the analysts, is that the prices of commodities like copper, steel, aluminium, lead, nickel, they've all been on the increase for the last few months. Lots and lots of reasons are attributed to it. Nobody knows exactly what those reasons are. You cannot put your hand and say this is the reason. But with a fair amount of confidence, we can say that it's a mix of all these factors. One of the important factors one can see is that the economic activities are gearing up. In fact, the world has recovered a lot more faster than anybody would have anticipated. If you look at the Chinese factory output, it has recorded a 20-month high in the month of November 2020. Just 4 or 5 months after the crisis. Okay. The second reason probably could be that the supply chain system throughout the world, it is having lots and lots of shocks. Containers, ships moving from continent to continent, etc., etc. And whenever there are disturbances in supplies, there is a fall in supply, which leads to increase in prices. Some economists also say that US has released a stimulus package of somewhere around $900 billion. That's also one of the reasons for spurt in demand of commodity prices, because that leads to a huge amount of liquidity into the system. And obviously, when there is huge liquidity into the system, then commodity prices, obviously, they increase. And moreover, the hedge funds have invested more than $4 billion in the commodity market till October 2020. $4 billion, my friend. Huge hedge funds I'm talking about. So I think all these factors have led to a huge surge in the commodity prices. And most of the companies which are involved in metals, the shares have gone up 2.5 to 3 times. For example, Vedanta was somewhere around 80 rupees, which has gone up to 220 rupees. Jindal was somewhere around 80, which is now 300 rupees. Tata Steel was 250 rupees, now it's 700 rupees. Hindalco was somewhere around 100 rupees, now it's 320 rupees. National Aluminium, somewhere around 2025, today it's 60-65 rupees. Take Steel Authority of India, which was 17-18 rupees, 20 rupees. Today it's 60 rupees. It touched 65 also, I think, some days, some weeks back. All the metal companies have increased like anything, which means 2.5 to 3 times. It's a 200% return, 200% in just 6 or 7 months. And most of the mutual fund companies, even the best of the best brains sitting there doing all these regressions, Fabinaki, I don't know. All these companies fairly give 14 to 20%. Any mutual fund gives you a 25%. That's supposed to be one of the best. But look at this. Anybody who had invested in any of these companies could have tripled his money in just 7 months, tripling the money in 7 months. Otherwise, in a bank, it takes 20, 25 years. So I think these are hindsight analysis, and many times even the best of the best brains, we miss the bus. And therefore the conclusion is we cannot cast aspersions based on this particular things, because always opportunities keep coming, and many a times we lose out on those opportunities. Thank you. This is my opinion, and if anybody has a different opinion, they are free to share it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
உடல் சுருங்கி வீரிந்தால் கீழ் மூச்சு, வீரல் சுருங்கி வீரிந்தால் மேல்